Welcome to Tank Brick Studio. In this video, I will be unboxing one of my favorite LEGO sets of all time and reviewing it in its open and used condition. This is the Kingdoms chess set, released 12 years ago. Here's a look at the box. I love this set because of the number of minifigures included. There are 14 minifigures for the Lion Knights and 14 minifigures for the Dragon Knights. That means a total of 28 minifigures, making this the perfect set for army building. Let's open the box and check the contents. I recently bought this as a used set, so it's already assembled. If this were a brand new set, you'd see plastic bags of parts instead. I did a quick check by counting the minifigures, and it looks 99% complete to me. This used set cost me about USD 112, and for 28 Kingdoms Knight minifigures, I have no complaints. Now, let's remove everything from the box to have a closer look. It comes with a green 32x32 base plate, and this base plate is fitted into a plastic gray frame that looks like part of a castle wall. Once again, I'm admiring the minifigures here. At a glance, they don't seem to have suffered much yellowing. They also look clean and sharp, which means the previous owner probably just displayed them without playing with them much. When buying a used set, I'm normally not particular about having the printed instruction booklet, since all digital instructions are publicly available from LEGO. It's a bonus to have it with this set. Let's take a quick look at the instructions. There are some mini builds, but other than that, the set mainly focuses on building lots of minifigures. Sadly, we don't see this kind of set from LEGO anymore. Here is the complete chess set, the Lion Knights vs the Dragon Knights. This is a 32x32 base plate with 4x4 plates built on top to form the checkered chessboard. Let me remove the entire base plate to show you. Underneath, we have a printed card that shows all the minifigures, or rather, the chess pieces, in this set. We have the pawns, the rooks, the knights, the bishops, and the king and queen. This card is removable, and now we just have the base plate frame. It's made of lightweight plastic material, the type that feels like disposable packing material. It is not a LEGO part. You can see it's soft and easily bendable. But it looks too good to be thrown away, so I will keep it with the box. Now let's check the minifigures. The first thing I look for is yellowing. The second thing I check is the printing. The third is damage to the parts, like scratches or dents. So far, everything looks good, other than some yellowing on the shields. As expected, used sets usually come with dust, dirt, and stains. Here, you can see some brown stains on the white parts. However, these are never a concern for me because I can easily wash them clean with dishwashing liquid. Now, let's check the minifigures individually. This is also for my own reference and record. I think I got lucky with this used set. The condition of the minifigures is as good as new. The prints are still sharp and not faded. The shiny metallic helmet has no scratches or discoloration. The shield print is also as good as new, though the back side of the shield has yellowed. I can totally accept this since the way I plan to display them in the future will make this side of the shield barely visible. I'd rate this first minifigure a 9 out of 10 for a used set. Next minifigure. Oh no. The gold lion print is faded, or seems to have smudged off. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to restore this, but I will still use it for my army. Here's another near-perfect minifigure. It looks great, so it seems they are all in similarly excellent condition, except for the yellowing on the back part of the shields. Here, I'm checking for the authentic LEGO logo. You can see the LEGO trademark on the back of the shield to verify its authenticity. For the torso, I remove the head to check the top part of the neck. For the legs, I check the top part in the middle. The last two pawns here are looking near perfect. So far, I am very happy with this purchase. These are the mini builds, and they come with these large shields, which will be great for my knights. The shields are as good as new, though some bricks have yellowed. That's not a concern, as these are very common parts. Next, we have two of these armored knights with the large shields. Luckily, there's not much yellowing on these. I just want to mention that this metallic silver helmet is incredibly rare. It only came in 4 sets back in 2010, and LEGO has never released this color again since then. Here's the body armor. Look at the prints. The condition is perfect. Under the armor, there's a nicely printed torso with what looks like chain mail. Here we have two jesters equipped with crossbows and arrows. Their white parts are perfect with no yellowing. The queen is also in excellent condition. If not well taken care of, the gold prints would usually fade, but that's not the case here. Lastly, we have the king. He looks great, but I noticed the gold color on the crown and sword appears faded. Here's a comparison with the metallic silver helmet. The gold looks desaturated. However, if we look at the inner part of the king's crown, the gold color appears stronger. Other than that, everything is in great condition. Here's a quick look at the pikes with flags. So far so good. Now, let's go through the other half of the minifigures, the Dragon Knights. Let's start with the common pawn soldiers. The torso prints look good. Similar to the Lion Knights, the minifigures are in great condition, with only the shields turning yellow at the back. The second unit looks great as well. The third and fourth are in near perfect condition all around. Again, I have no complaints about the back of the shield turning yellow since it will not be very visible. The other 4 units are all in good condition. Here's a quick check again for authenticity. We can clearly see the LEGO logo on the back of the shield. For the helmet, you should be able to check underneath inside the helmet, but in this case, my lighting setup could not capture it. Again, I'm checking the top of the neck and the top of the legs for the LEGO logo. The Dragon Knights also have similar mini builds carrying the large shields. They are in good condition. Next, we have these 2 special knights with leg prints. This is one of my favorite knight designs. The scale armor print design flows seamlessly from the torso to the legs. The back of the torso is also printed. The helmet is in pearl titanium color and matches very well with the torso and legs. For this helmet, I believe you can check underneath the inside for the LEGO logo. Checking the top of the neck and the top of the legs, we see the LEGO logo again. They carry axes, and the axe blades come in a speckled black and silver color, a very rare sight. Next, I have 2 knights with body armor and large shields. The shields look good. Let's check the body armor. The prints look as good as new with no fading at all. Here's a random check again for authenticity of the LEGO parts. Underneath the armor, we find a nicely printed torso in scale armor. The back is printed as well, and the condition is as good as new. I appreciate the previous owner keeping them in such excellent condition. Looking at the armor again, This is probably my favorite print design on all the body armor. I love the dragon head designs across the chest. Finally, we have the queen. There's nothing particularly special about this minifigure. She looks more like a commoner in the background to me. However, I guess it might fit the background story since she's not actually a queen but part of a rebelling faction. Here is the king, or rather, a wizard. This minifigure features the classic wizard hat and a long beard. We can already tell that the torso has no print, but the leg prints make up for it. It's quite a plain figure for a king. My only complaint about this set is that the king and queen units of the Dragon Knights could have been better. Here's a look at the halberd with the flag. This will be a great addition to my army. Now, let's see how I'll be adding these minifigures to my army. I store my army of minifigures in plastic containers to keep them away from dust. If you're new to my channel, do check out my army introduction videos for more details. Here are my Lion Knights. The first box consists of the common infantry, pikemen, and archers. I also have the Royal Knights and Jesters at the back. The second box consists of armored infantry swordsmen, a few unit commanders, and the Templars. Let's bring in my newly acquired minifigures from the Kingdom's chess set. To start, I will convert a few of these pawns into pikemen for my army by simply changing their weapons to spears. Next, I will convert the king into a royal knight. I don't need so many kings, so rather than wasting this nicely printed minifigure, I've turned it into a royal knight. Here's how my royal knight looks. I added a golden shoulder pad and gave it white gloves and a helmet. Here are more of them. The jesters will just be added as is, with no changes. For this armored knight, I will break it apart and use the parts separately for different units. First off, the metallic silver helmet will be used for a Templar unit. Here is how my Templar unit looks. It has a white Ninjago torso and legs, equipped with Lion Knight's armor and shield. I can also use the armor to create more commanders for my army. Here is how a unit commander looks in my army. For the torso, I will use it to create more armored swordsmen for my infantry unit. These will be equipped with small shields and short broadswords. The helmet will be replaced with a more common color, flat silver, and I'll add printed legs to complete the chainmail look. Moving on to the Dragon Knight's army, I also have 2 plastic containers full of them. Here are my minifigures from the chess set. For the first box, I have infantry long axemen and archers, along with some wizards and special units in the back. The second box consists of armored axemen, elite knights, and cavalry. For the pawns, I will change their weapons to match the rest of the army. They will look like this minifigure on the right. I chose to use axes with wooden handles because I have more than enough to outfit the army. The long axes that come with this chess set are quite rare, and I only have a handful of them. Next is the archer for my army. It uses the same torso as the long axeman but with a different helmet. I have 2 of these helmets from the Kingdom's chess set, which means I can create 2 archers from it. Next, I have the scale mail armored torso, which I will convert into armored axemen. I just need to change the hands to dark gray and give them matching helmets, shields, and weapons. This other type of knight with leg prints will be added to my army with the rest of the elite knights, which look like this minifigure on the right. The look will be complete by adding this spiky shoulder armor. Now that I'm placing them side by side, I realize the printed gold colors look different. The one on the left, which is from this Kingdom's chess set, looks more like bronze. It doesn't look faded, so perhaps it's a color quality control issue from LEGO. Alright, for the armor pieces, I will equip them on and use black torsos to create cavalry knights. Here's how my Dragon Knight cavalry looks. I can also use the armor to create more unit commanders like this, again using black torsos from my other sets. Finally, the wizard. I have a band of witches and wizards who enhance the Dragon Knight army with magical enchantments, black magic, and by casting dark curses on enemy units. I will add him here, but I may change his look in the future. Just to share, for my dragon army, there isn't a king. Instead, I have a lord. This is the lord, created with inspiration from Jon Snow, a character from Game of Thrones. So far, I've already acquired 4 of these sets. I plan to continue getting more as long as they are available at a reasonable price on the second-hand market. In conclusion, this Kingdom's chess set is perfect for army building. It is easily my favorite set of all time because my favorite theme is the medieval period, and I love putting together minifigures. That's all I have to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Your support motivates me to produce and share more content about my LEGO collection. Meanwhile, enjoy an overview of my 2 great armies.